Hi guys and welcome to DriveSpark. I'm Promeet and today we are riding the all-new Yezdi motorcycles. Yes, Yezdi is back with a bang and finally we get to ride all the three motorcycles today. We've already ridden the Adventure and right now what you're seeing over here is the Yezdi Scrambler. So stay tuned to this video as we tell you everything you need to know about the all-new Yezdi Scrambler. Cut over here. So guys, before we start this video, we would like to tell you that we did a first look walk around of the Scrambler and you can go and check out that video. The link is in the description. So if you want to know any specification detail and what all accessories does this bike have, so you can go and definitely have a look at that video. And we have also ridden the Yezdi Adventure. So the video link is given in the description. So if you have missed that out, please go check it out and do not miss that. So now let's start with the motorcycle. So the first thing that we will talk about is the stance of the motorcycle, and for that I will swing my legs. And this is how you sit on the Scrambler. So as you can see that the riding position is really upright. It has a handlebar that is slightly canted towards the rider. Again, you can adjust this with some bolt adjustments over here. According to your need, you can just loosen up a couple of nuts and this will be adjusted according to your need. The foot peg position is again at the normal position where you would expect a foot peg of a Scrambler to be, and that is why you have this upright position of riding when you're sitting. And if you want to stand and ride, so you can see that when I'm standing and riding, I am still comfortable. The foot pegs are at the right place, the handlebar is the right place, but there is one slight problem is that so taller riders might find it slightly uncomfortable if you want to stand and ride, because the handlebar is placed slightly low, so you have to bend down when you're standing and riding. So but shorter riders will not have a problem standing and riding this motorcycle. So the next thing that we will discuss is the engine of the Scrambler. Though this is one of the best looking motorcycles out of the lot, but this is the least power motorcycle out of the lot as well. So this is powered by once again a 334cc single cylinder liquid cooled DOHC engine. So this engine produces 29.1 PS of power at 8000 RPM and 28.2 Nm of torque at 6750 RPM. And this also gets a slipper clutch. Plus it is mated to a 6-speed gearbox. All the three motorcycles are same. The gear shifting is really smooth. There is no clunkiness in the gearbox and it is absolutely fantastic to ride this motorcycle, especially because of this gearbox. So now let's talk about the seat over here. So as you can see that the Scrambler gets a ribbed seat. It's a single piece seat, but I found it a little odd because the seat is a little wide. That will obviously give you a lot of comfort while riding, but shorter riders might find it slightly difficult. So because you have to sit across with your legs wide open, so shorter riders might find it difficult because this has a seat height of 800 mm, so they might tiptoe. Otherwise, taller riders like me, we are not having an issue whatsoever. The seat is very comfortable, it is very cushiony, and also you can get a backrest from the accessory. You can go check out that video that I mentioned at the start. So you have a lot of accessories on this motorcycle that you can purchase from the Yezdi showroom. So you can definitely go check out that video, so you know that this motorcycle, when it is fully loaded, how does it look. So now let's talk about the engine performance of this motorcycle. Now all the three motorcycles, the engine is identical and the power figures just vary by 1 or 1.5 or maybe 1.8 bhp or Nm up or down. So this is the least powerful of the lot, as I mentioned. Now since this motorcycle is the lightest of the lot, definitely it feels quicker off the line. It has got a brilliant initial and a mid-range. However, the top end, again, the power tapers down as you go up, but initially, it is definitely quick off the line. And once again, I would definitely like to tell you that because of this ergonomics that it has, the upright handlebar and the foot peg and the seat placed like this, you will have no problem riding it in the city whatsoever. However, we could not ride it today in the city because it's a first ride video and we were just riding it on the highway. It is smooth, it is comfortable, very refined engine. Once again, there are no vibrations till you reach triple digit speeds. So since this is a first ride video, we could not ride it a lot in the city, but we definitely rode it on the highway. And we could conclude that the engine refinement could have been slightly better. We are not saying that it is not refined at all, but yeah, at higher speeds, I'm talking about like a triple digit, like 100 or 105, maybe 110. There are a lot of vibration that put in, but somehow Yezdi has again managed to reduce the vibration by using rubbers on the grips and on the foot pegs. But once again, you will definitely feel it through the foot pegs. So now the off-road capabilities of this motorcycle. Now these are running MRF tires, as you can see over here, tire, and the tire tread looks like it is an off-road tire, but it is an on-road tire. I mean, the tread pattern on the tires make it look, when the bike is parked, it definitely makes it look like this is meant for off-roading, because the tires, it has a 140 section rear tire and a 100 section front tire. And once again, the tire profile at the front is a 19-inch and at the rear is a 17-inch. Well, I will get back to you on that. And because of that, the off-road capabilities of the motorcycle are pretty decent. You can sit and ride, you can stand and ride, and once again, as I mentioned earlier, the taller riders may have a problem because you have to bend down and ride because of the low handlebar. So yeah, other than that, I mean, as of now, we have ridden on this off-road track and we found this motorcycle pretty decent. So once again, as this motorcycle is the least powerful out of the lot, we would definitely expect more torque out of this when, for example, if you are at third gear and you're climbing a slope, and if you have a pillion, this motorcycle will definitely stall. So maybe a 4 or 5 Nm more torque would have definitely helped. If you have the same gear at the same speed, it will carry you through the slope without any hesitation. And to overtake also, you will have to drop a gear and then only you'll have to overtake because of the less torque output in the Scrambler. So now let's talk about the suspension. So at the front, you get a telescopic front fork that has 150 mm of travel. So at the rear, you get twin shocks. Now both of them are adjustable for preloads, and there are 5 settings. So the standard, the company what will set it, give it to you, is on the 3rd setting, that is in between. So the suspension setup on the Scrambler, as I told you, is slightly stiff. I mean, we understand that we will need a slightly stiffer suspension on a motorcycle like a Scrambler, but this setup what we have over here is slightly more stiff. So what happens is that on the off-road side, when you go off-roading, you will find that the vehicle is performing well. But when you're riding on-road, you will not feel that connect from the motorcycle, and that is because mainly of the suspension setup. So other than that, you can adjust the rear shocks for the preload, but the front cannot be adjusted at all. So before I talk to you about the brakes, let me remind you once again, the front is a 19-inch rim and the rear is a 17-inch rim. Now the rear tire profile is a 140 and the front tire profile is a 100. You get disc setup on either end, and the front is a 320 and the rear is a 240. Once again, this gets 3 ABS modes just like the Adventure. So you have off-road, you have road, and then you have rain. So in the rain, when you switch it on rain, the ABS is very sensitive and it will kick in early. When you're on the off-road mode, the rear ABS will be completely cut off, so you will only have the front ABS working so that you can slide the rear end if you want. And on the rain, it will work like a 50-50 distribution, and that is where we recommend you to put and ride the motorcycle if you're riding it on road. So speaking about the braking, since you have a 320 mm disc at the front and a 240 at the rear, the brake bite is absolutely amazing. But the tires over here that are presently the MRF Zappers, they are good for on-road, but if you want to go hardcore off-roading or if you want to do some off-roading, then definitely you will have to change the tires. And after you change the tires, you will definitely find a difference in the braking and the off-road capabilities of the motorcycle. So one more thing guys about the Scrambler, why it looks so cool, especially from the rear end, is because it has a dual exhaust setup. So I mean, you can see just one exhaust over here. It's a short exhaust, but you have one more exhaust over here. It is not a parallel twin engine, it's a single cylinder engine, but it has a 1:2 distribution just like you have on the Java motorcycle. And one more thing guys about the exhaust, let me quickly make you hear the exhaust note. But before that, I have a very cool feature that I want to show you is, so right now the vehicle is on neutral, and when you want to start a bike on neutral, you can start it and rev it. But watch what happens if the stand is down right now, and watch what happens if I start it and I rev it. So this is what happens. I will just pull the accelerator and hold it and see what happens. So that is what happens when you do it with the stand down. Now when I put the stand up and I do the same thing, now you can hear the exhaust note. And yeah, it has got a pretty grunty exhaust note, and it definitely sounds good with the dual exhaust setup. So now let's talk about some highlights and some features of the motorcycle. Once again, you get an LED headlight, tail light, indicator setup, all of that. So basically you have a full LED lighting setup on the motorcycle. So yeah, over here you get a type A and a type C charging socket as standard. That's really helpful when you're riding and you have your phone over here on, and if you want to charge it, and if you are seeing directions and if you want to charge it, you just need to get your cable, maybe a short cable will work, and you can just hook your phone up and charge it while you're riding it. So one more thing that this motorcycle does not have, what the Adventure has, is the turn-by-turn navigation. Though the instrument console is the same on all the three motorcycles, but the turn-by-turn navigation feature that you saw on the Adventure is not present on this, but it can be installed as an accessory from the Yezdi dealership. So yeah, if you get that, obviously you can connect your phone and you can get your turn-by-turn navigation, and it will add a small screen besides the instrument cluster, which will definitely give a cool look to the motorcycle. So guys, this was the Yezdi Scrambler, and this is available in 6 different paint schemes, and the starting price of this is around 2.05 lakh ex-showroom. Well, I hope I explained the bike well to you. If you need to know anything else about this motorcycle, please mention it down in the comment section and we will get back to you on that. Until then, if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Pramit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and ride safe.